Jamie said, acting's easy, this is hard. And my friend Katie, who probably everyone knows, she was kind of adopted in the Tony and Tina's family. She looked at me and she was like, why are you shaking? Why are you? And she said, is it because you have to be you up there and not someone else? And I said, I think so. So it's funny you said that. And also the pesto for the vegetarians. He took care of everybody, even if he disagreed with our eating choices. It's just really beautiful here. And I'm Olivia Kvitne, who lives in Des Moines, so that's the... It's so beautiful here, and it's really wonderful to look out and see all of your faces, and to see you guys again, and so much love I have for everyone. And at the same time, this is a nightmare. And I feel like I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and it's gonna be normal. And if that were to happen, I would immediately call Dominic and Diana if I could go back. I looked on Facebook, the Sea Friendship. I looked on that and it was all between Dominic and me. I love you, I miss you, so much of that. I, as well as Ryan and Marissa and Talia, we considered Dominic and Diana parents, Vegas parents, and I definitely felt that way. And it felt like coming home, coming to Vegas. It's great living in Des Moines to have Vegas as another home to come to. And I know that they considered me their adopted daughter, and they would say that. Dominic would sometimes even introduce me as his daughter. And Diana would and we'd look at each other and we'd be like, no, it's true. And even today, someone asked, you didn't hear this, but someone asked when we were out, is that your mother, to Diana? And I said, yeah, today she is. They, as parents would, it was, so many of what you guys said reminded me of things like I would come into circle and he'd be the first one there and I would snuggle up right next to him and he'd put his arm around me and he'd say, hello, baby. And he would listen to my problems. They would advise me, both of them, Dominic and Diana. He'd listen to whatever boy problem I had going on at that time, which was always, and give me great advice that I wouldn't listen to and keep making those mistakes. I have lots of memories like everyone's sharing, but I think my favorite memory that I always go back to is the first one, and that's when I first came into the show in 2008 or something. And everyone was really welcoming, they really were, and he was especially. And after a few shows where he kind of got to know me and he knew about I'm a dancer, and he knew about that, and he sensed my personality and my love for martinis, and he said, there's someone you need to meet, and you remind me of this woman. I need you to meet my wife. I think you're going to be really good friends. And he was right. After we went out for a drink after the show upstairs at Planet Hollywood, and he was so right about Diana and me becoming friends that our friendship became the primary relationship. I'd go over to their house for something with Diana. I would do projects with her. And he would sit back and kind of watch our friendship, and I think he liked that. And I was friends with both of them, but I think he really enjoyed. And to have him compare me to his wife, the similarities, the dancing, the acting, and to have him compare me or see his beautiful wife, this classy, talented, creative woman in me, oh my God, how flattering. He, and at their Christmas parties, and what amazed me about him and what I always looked up to was how consistent he was, and how consistent they both were with their generosity and their charity and their love. It never waned, it was always there, and it was something you could always count on. The first time that we went out for those drinks, I saw how he looked at Diana, and I saw what it looked like for a man to be in love with a woman. And I never forgot that look and the way he treated her, and he was a classy man and he married a classy woman, and it was a classy relationship, and it taught me, and just like a good set of parents, you see how a relationship should be. And it subconsciously was embedded in me because that's what I started to look for. And that's what I eventually found. And, Diana made my veil at my wedding, and she was there for me. She was my fairy godmother, I called her. But it's really that, seeing that as an example really is what led me to the relationship that I'm in. And I think that what we're doing now, sharing stories like this, remembering him, living the good life like he did, doing those things is what, like Ryan said, keeps him here, so we're not saying goodbye. Sharing these stories, living as he lived, as the example that he set. And I think if we keep doing that, and if we keep sharing stories with each other, and trying to make that dish, that vegetarian dish, then I think that will keep Dominic around. So let's keep doing that. I love you all very much, and I'm really glad I'm here. Thank you.
First and foremost, we were first cousins, but we were best friends, and he was closer to me than my brother. We were in tune, and the things we shared together were amazing. We both loved to cook. We both loved the Three Stooges. And we did love the Beatles. I love the Beatles too. Except for that Paperback Writer song. All the way here on the plane, I tried to think of things I could say, and I have many stories. It's just, he left a hole in my heart that we had many plans to do things, and that's gone. But I will always remember we had great times. He was just in Chicago with me for his 62nd birthday. We had a terrific time. In fact, the last time I was in Las Vegas, we went to his house, we're in the kitchen cooking, and he turned on the music channel, the oldies station. And we're in the kitchen, we're cooking this, I don't even know what it was, but we were cooking. Cutting up cheese, and Diana was sitting watching TV. She goes, "Would you mind if I put on the news right now?" No. When he's here, this is what we do. We put on this music station, we are in the kitchen, drinking and eating. And of course, Diana was, okay. And there's one little story, how close we were was, I told this last week in Buffalo. I got dressed, walked out, was waiting for him. He came out of his bedroom, we had the same exact shirt, the same exact pants, everything. And he was like, "Oh, this is great, this is great." I go, "Which one of us is gonna change?" "No, we're going out like this." I go, "No, we're not. No, we're not gonna go out like that." And he really was adamant about that. He would not change. I had to go change. I didn't want to look like one of the Bobbsey twins. But I have no regrets. We through our years as children, I really don't think we ever fought or argued. Maybe a couple things later on with, like, politics. Maybe a little bit here and there. Diane, I hear her grunt. Well, when you put on CNBC and Reverend Al's on, and he goes, "I love this guy." Well, that was a little much for me, but I love this guy. I am gonna truly miss him. My life will never be the same. And I wrote on Facebook that, after this happened that I want to thank everybody for loving him like I did, because he was truly my best friend. And I will miss him dearly. Thank you.
Good evening. Did I hear someone mention Buffalo? My buddy and fellow Buffalo castmate. As many were, right, Barbara?
Yeah, a lot.
How many? Zappia, Calandra, Campanella, Avellino, Scinta. It's been said that a person has truly made their mark when they can be recognized by their silhouette or their walk. A few months ago, Gloria and I were getting ready to sit down to watch television late on a Sunday afternoon. And as she was finishing up some cleaning, I began to surf the channels to see what was on. I saw a familiar title, and noticing that it had just started a few minutes earlier, I put it on. And as I watched the scene unfold before me, I started to laugh, and I hit the pause button. And I waited for my wife to come and sit down. And I said, "You see that man walking away from the camera?" She goes, "Yeah." I said, "Do you know who that is?" So how would I know who that is? That's Dominic Calandra. The movie was Air Force One. And Dominic played a Secret Service agent. And it was in the beginning of the movie. And sure enough, as soon as I saw it, I saw that walk, him walking away from camera. A little over 2 years ago, Ryan Remark approached me with an idea for a short film that he was writing with Scott Johnson. He asked me to direct, and after reading the script, we agreed that Dominic should play the other part. When it came time to film Dom's scenes with Ryan, I remember watching the scene unfold through the viewfinder of the camera. First it was Dom's close-up, and then it was Ryan's. Both performances were incredible, but it wasn't until I sat down to do the editing that I really saw the magic. Dom's deep baritone voice, his stillness, his piercing eyes gave the scene an elegance and an eloquence that could have come from no one else. Class is a rare commodity these days. But Dom had it in abundance. From the way he dressed, his personal grooming, to his support of fellow cast members, endeavors outside of Tony and Tina's wedding, like music. And my wife even mentioned there was something noticeable even in the way he held his martini glass. So tonight we gather in honor and celebration of Dominic Calandra, a man who truly made his mark by the gait of his walk and his love for all.